passes and tickets ready. Hurry up. It's time to board the Dutch bus. Let's go. Dutch Girl Podcast has a mission in sight. Come hang out with us, you know we don't bite. Dutch covers crime, corruption, and missing person cases. She makes missing flyers and shares them all the places.
So come on in, don't be shy. Pull up a seat and just say hi. We're here for facts, we're here for proof. Community and unity, we stand for truth.
So come on in, don't be shy. We stand for truth. Dutch analyzes details, reviews all facts, runs down the timeline, nothing falls through the cracks. The devil's in the details, truths hidden, lies revealed. That's why the cases matter. Dutch will let you know the deal. Smash the like, ring the bell. We're so glad you're here. Thanks for being respectful. We don't do drama here.
So come on in, don't be shy. Pull up a seat and just say hi. We're here for facts, we're here for proof. Community and unity, we stand for truth.
So come on in. Don't be shy. We stand for truth. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the membership today. Don't forget to hype this video after it's over. Shout the OGs already know.
So come on in, don't be shy. Pull up a seat and just say hi. We're here for facts, we're here for proof. Community and unity, we stand for truth.
So come on in. Don't be shy. We stand for truth. Welcome to Dutch Girl Podcast. Streaming live from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Thank you being here for the live. And if you are watching the replay, you are appreciated.
Hey, y'all. Hey, my name is Duchess, and this is where we talk about true crime, corruption, missing cases. We do a little this, we do a little that. I appreciate y'all joining me on this Saturday afternoon at 4:00 p.m. I'm streaming live here from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Y'all let me know if my sound is good. Do I need to adjust in any way? I'll pop on and say hey to y'all. Hello, hello. I got my camera. Look, there ain't no filters on this. Okay, this is it. My hair is a mess. I've been busy today, but thank y'all members that joined me yesterday, or if you watched it on the replay, I did a short little members thing yesterday, just out at the disc golf course while we were waiting to play. Just getting everything ready for Mama to come to my house tomorrow. But I definitely want to talk to you about some of these case updates. Sorry I couldn't go live yesterday. I was busy running around doing this, that, and the third, and ran out of time before Duke had to go play disc golf. So, but I appreciate y'all being here. Sounds good? Perfect. Appreciate y'all coming in. Let me add my comments up on stage. Who all we got in here? went through some of y'all. Rubber came in early. Appreciate you, Rubber Ramada. She's one of my moderators. And there is my best friend. We met 5 years ago on Benny Key's channel as mods. And she is the only admin moderator other than my very good friend, Angelo, who is my channel manager. And I appreciate him so very much too. And then we got Cash. Hey, Cash, it's good to see you. Don't be causing trouble over here. And we got the main dish, Trish. Trish, you need to drop your TikTok link in the description. For all my good people, you are a moderator, so you can actually drop links. This is my real life friend. We share a tattoo on our forearms. We have a clover leaf with our initials in it. And she's over on TikTok, y'all. She does karaoke. And she's amazing. She's been singing to me since we've known each other since we were, 4 years old? She's my real life best friend. And I'm so glad that she's here. And so I want y'all to go over there and support her. If you like TikTok and you like to watch live streams, she does live streaming karaoke and she sings. She has a beautiful voice. She recently competed in a karaoke contest and she did amazing. And so y'all welcome Trish to the channel. If you haven't already met her and seen her in chat, y'all say hey to her. She's a very good friend. And then we got Chico in the house. Hey, Chico, it's good to see you. Hope you are having a fantastic Saturday. And Cash, you can't get your emojis on your iPhone? That's wild. I did not even know that. That's terrible. You have an old iPhone. Oh, I didn't even realize that. I'm so very sorry. Michelle can't even figure out. Hang on, I got something on my computer screen. Hang on. What is that? Oh, I just enlarged myself. What the hell? I didn't want to do that. How do I go back? How do I back out of that? Oh. That was weird. Like I was like suddenly huge on the screen. All trying to take something off the screen. Who else we got in here? We got the Nightbot. House rules, act accordingly, use common sense. This is not an echo chamber, and it's also not a circus. Oh, I see OG Earthy. Hello, gorgeous. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yes, thank you for dropping that playlist. We have lots of updates to go over, but I just want to say hey and make sure everybody's doing good, preserving your peace out here, because let me tell y'all, some of y'all out here doing too much. Okay? Okay. Headmaster Aries of Beaubatons. Aries, your name changes. Evening Dutch Girl podcast. I wish I could say I'm doing well, but I'm going through a family cancer emergency. Aries, I'm so very sorry. I'll be thinking of you. You'll be in my prayers. Very, very sorry. That's tough. Fuck cancer. Cash says, who gets the tattoo at weekends? Is there an official custody contract? I don't even want to know what that comment. Oh no. Stage 4 angiosarcoma. Oh wow. That sounds terrible, Aries. I will be thinking of you and I will say prayers for your uncle. Stay strong and make sure you listen to, I hope he listens to the doctors, and I pray I'll pray for the doctors, to make sure that their guidance is what he needs to do, because that sounds very serious. You love karaoke, Cash? Well, you would definitely love to hear Trish sing. She's an amazing singer. It's not. Well, Aries, we are thinking of you. Hopefully, if Trish is in here, she can drop her link let me see if I can go find it. Hang on, I'll have to go over here on my TikTok and see if I can grab it up. Give me 1 second on my phone. Oh, there she is. There you go. I just dropped it in there. Yes, I did share. Trish and I have the same tattoo, along with another friend. We have our initials on a tattoo that we got a long time ago. And I think she actually got two. She got one on this wrist at the same time that we did that one. If she pops back in here, she'll tell you. But yeah, because we've been friends since we were 4 years old. Our parents, our moms were friends. They started the first Lady Civitans group in the state of North Carolina back in the 80s because the male Civitans would not allow the ladies to join to help the community. So they went to Raleigh and they told them they wanted to form their own Civitans group. And they were told that only they had men's Civitans. They didn't have one for ladies. So my mom said, well, we want to go before Raleigh and tell them that they need to allow women to have their own Civitans club. And so they did. So it's pretty neat. All right, so we're going to get started on some cases, and because we have a lot to talk about. Hope everybody is doing well. Thank you guys for joining me. Remember to hit the like and share this out. And when the video is done, please hype this video because it helps more people to see it. Helps it get in the algorithm. So you guys don't need to see my face because I've been busy. So let's not focus on me. Let me get my banner going up here. There we go. I need to get over here to the side because I'm going to share my screen. Okay. When we met last, we had talked about Elena Moore missing. And there was a press conference that stated that there was a body that was located. And I want us to kind of talk a little bit about some of the updates that have transpired ever since we had that press conference. There was an article that came out, which I did post, and I'm going to share that here now. And you can see here, the body found in Lexington, South Carolina, is confirmed as Elena Moore, according to the coroner. And this is from WIS-TV. Mods, if you could give me fair use in the chat, anybody that knows how to use Nightbot, that would be great. We're going to play this video. And that was pretty quick. But this was from the Lexington County Coroner's Office. And of course, you guys know that Lexington Police Department did request that the Lexington Sheriff's Department carry out a death investigation. And the Sheriff's Office actually contacted the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, which is also known as SLED, to assist them in the death investigation of 39-year-old Elena Moore. And the autopsy is scheduled for 10 a.m. today at MUSC in Charleston. I have not looked to see if there's been any results because that will likely come back on Monday. And of course, I will bring you the update as soon as that comes in. So let's watch this clip that we have here. Let's see if I can. I'm going to share this differently. If I share my whole screen, I think I can manage the content a little better. Make sure I've got my audio, because I know I did that last time. I played something and the audio was not going. I'm trying to get all my stuff together, y'all. All right, here we go. You guys let me know if there's any issues with the sound. I'll be watching chat from my phone.
Hendrick.
Why shop for a Chevy or Jeep?
Of course, we've got to have an ad. Because it's on the internet. You know how it is.
We begin with breaking news at 6. The body found in Lexington County just 2 days ago has been positively identified as Elena Moore. The Lexington County Coroner's Office says Moore was found near Old Cherokee Road and North Lake Drive on June 17th. Moore was first reported missing on June 12th, according to the Lexington Police Department. Surveillance video captured her at multiple locations off of Sunset Boulevard in Lexington on June 11th, before she was last seen at a Publix on Old Cherokee Road around 9 that night. The coroner's office says an autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow, and investigators say more information surrounding the cause and manner of her death is expected to be released on Monday. Of course, as we learn more on this story, we'll update you on air and on WISTV.com.
Pain has a way of stealing the little things, playing with your grandkids, working in the garden, or just get.
Okay, so let's back out of this. Yeah, that was pretty sad that we're going to, not know till Monday, but put a 1 in the chat if you guys feel that there may have been something that doesn't make sense about the disappearance of Elena Moore. Because ever since we had that live stream, I watched a couple of videos after my live with Brian ENTIN. And I also saw another local guy that worked out at the same gym with Elena, and I watched a live stream from him. And some of that stuff is very interesting, especially regarding her husband. Remember how I told you guys on the live stream that I had done a little research of my own and found out he was a private investigator. He was also worked for the police department for over 14 years before he became a private investigator. And I'm like, something is just, I don't know. I just don't know. Cash, she is 39 years old. 39 years old. And I thought maybe those videos would be really helpful, because these did not come out with Brian ENTIN until after my live stream. So this caused me to ask even more questions. I was already asking these questions respectfully, because I needed to make sense in my mind why these women go missing and then they're found unalived. So I wanted to look up a couple of those videos, because I think it's pretty important that we have an understanding about what's really going on with these missing women. And we're going to talk about another case, Cyrena Anderson, after this. And she's missing locally here from the Carolina Forest area of Myrtle Beach, Horry County, South Carolina. And guess what? It took them 3 weeks to establish, they really didn't tell us a lot in the beginning. She was missing. They said her husband reported her missing. It was like 2 or 3 weeks into it that they let us know that the husband was actually a suspect. She was only missing a week. I just feel like there is something that we don't really know. So let's check out. I'm going to look up Brian ENTIN's channel. If you guys are not subscribed to him, if one of my mods can please drop Brian ENTIN's link, I can try to grab it right here. Let's see. Oh, let me copy this right here. Of course it won't, because yes, I know you're going to take me there. My laptop does not want me to. It doesn't want to let me copy it. Mods, if you could please look up the link for Brian Investigates and drop it. I was going to try to copy it with my mouse, and I don't know, my mouse is being funky. But please go, give him a view over there on his channel. But he talks about a lot of different things, but I thought it was very interesting to hear her friend speak. And I'm going to play a little bit of that for you, but I want you to make sure that you watch everything on his channel. But I think it's very interesting. There is another video that talks, and we're going to take a short look at that too. So I want to make sure that Brian ENTIN does get credit for this video. I really appreciate him having this discussion with the friend, because I think she says some very interesting things in this. And the name of the video is "I'm Scared for My Life." Elena Moore's friend says she was dealing with crazy shit. There's over 15,000 likes on this video. And here you can see Brian ENTIN has 605,000 subscribers. There's been 191,000 views. This came out yesterday. And Elena's friend is Sandra Campbell, and she discusses their last interaction and why Elena told her she was scared for her life. She also explains that Elena had a heart condition and why she doesn't believe that Elena was having a mental health crisis. So I thought that, I have to be honest with you, like, I started having all the red flags. That's the first thing. Like, when I saw this video, immediately I'm like, why is this not making sense? So I want us to watch this video together, because I think it's going to be very important. But this is the video. Brian ENTIN, "I'm Scared for My Life." Elena Moore's friend says she was dealing with crazy shit. Go over there, make sure you watch this video, give him the view, give him the like. But we're gonna take a little bit of time to just listen to a little bit of this, because I think it is so very important. But I do want to make sure that I am not taking credit for this video. All credit goes to Brian ENTIN for this video. And Brian, we certainly appreciate you speaking with Elena Moore's friend, Sandra. So let's just, let's start back here just a little bit. Let me see if I can get captions on here. Okay, there we go. All right. You guys let me know if there's any audio issues.
Friend, it's just such a terrible situation. If you don't mind, just tell me first about the last time you saw Elena and kind of what stands out to you.
We went to brunch May the 31st. A couple girls, couple of her clients were there, friends I had known before. We all met up. Elena is like, loves a new place, loves to, kind of host something and get people together, and people that's entrepreneurs, people like herself. So she invited me out, and when she showed up, she just looked really nervous. She wasn't calm. She was kind of looking around. She kind of got up once and walked to the door and was like looking out the door. She wasn't fidgety or anything. I have like a video from that day. I just kind of went around the table and she was fine, as far as, well, she was in her right mind and everything like that. We all had brunch. We laughed, we talked. She was across the table from me. I had to go pick my son up. I hugged her bye. She hugged me and she hugged me really tight. It was like, we've got to catch up one-on-one. There was still like about 4 or 5 girls there. And she was like, I can't talk right now. But it's, I'm scared for my life. It's a crazy shit right now.
Wow. Hey, OU812, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about Elena Moore's case and some stuff that came out after my live on Thursday. This is crazy because Elena is telling her friend, I'm scared for my life. It's crazy right now. We got to get together and talk one-on-one. This makes me think that somebody was after her. Somebody was stalking her. She was afraid. I mean, if you have somebody stalking you, if those things are happening, it can make you feel like you're in a mentally bad place. That can't be good. And this really concerned me. As soon as I heard that, I was like, red flag on the play right there.
She said those words. And I said, what are you talking about? What? And she's like, you don't even know. She's like, it's too much right now in front of these people.
I want to take it back.
I hugged her bye. She hugged me and she hugged me really tight. It was like, we've got to catch up one-on-one. There was still like about 4 or 5 girls there. And she's like, I can't talk right now. But it's, I'm scared for my life. It's a crazy shit right now. She said those words. And I said, what are you talking about? What? And she's like, you don't even know. She's like, it's too much right now in front of these people. We've got to, me and you one-on-one. But I'm afraid for my life type shit. She's like, I'm with Jersey. That was another one of her friends. I guess that made me feel a little bit more comfortable that, I figured that she was hanging out with her a lot, maybe staying with her. I know Jersey lived close to them. And so sorry about that. That was it. She didn't, as far as people saying the mental health things, that bothers me, the negative stuff about her that I'm seeing. Nobody knows behind closed doors kind of what went on with her.
That's a very good point. That's why having this death investigation, I feel like, is very important. Lindsay, let me get over here because I just saw your comment. Yeah, she thought her friend was safe. OU812. Appreciate you joining us. Hope you're doing well. Lindsay says, since she went to look out the door of the restaurant, it's almost like she was expecting someone to be following her. She was expecting to see someone. It's a frightening thought, honestly. I don't know. This is concerning.
And him, but I've witnessed telephone calls of how he talked to her and treated her.
Oh, let's rewind it just a tad, because here we're talking about the husband. The one who's not a suspect. That was also a red flag for me, because these were the questions that I was asking. And of course, I did tell you guys on the last live stream that he, I did a little research and found out that he was a private investigator and that he had also been former law enforcement. So, and, just on the outside looking in originally, once I had saw everything going on and knew that about her husband, the first thing that I thought of when they closed that road off is, was that this reminded me a lot of Micah Miller. And that makes me really sad. So I'm going to play this video for a little bit longer. Please don't strike me, Brian Entin. That's my mom calling me, and I want to make sure that she's okay. So I'm going to let you guys play for a minute, and I'm going to check in with my mom, and I will be right back. I appreciate you guys understanding. So I'm going to let y'all continue to listen.
Her, I know Jersey lived close to them. And so I, sorry about that. That was it. She didn't, as far as people saying the mental health things, that bothers me, the negative stuff about her that I'm seeing. Nobody knows behind closed doors kind of what went on with her and him, but I've witnessed telephone calls of how he talked to her and treated her, how we missed a concert one night because of her not wanting to be around him because of the way he was treating her. Those tickets were expensive, but we had a better night. We went out ourselves to eat dinner and had a great time. The video of the DoorDash, to me, when I look at that, it is very sad. Elena's clients can tell you that's not what she looks like in the gym when she's even working out and hot and getting her, fit on. She doesn't look like that. She was panting. She was breathing very heavily. She looked to me like maybe she was disoriented a little bit, I believe.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Thank you so much for letting me call. Everything's fine. Yeah, this was a very interesting part too, which we did watch this video on the live that I did on Thursday, if you guys remember. And this was a very unusual video. And this video footage was taken a week before she went missing, if you guys remember. So, let's see here. So this was the part about the mental facility that I thought was very interesting. So let's continue.
She looked to me like maybe she was disoriented a little bit. I believe this is the day that I was told she went into the hospital, that police took her there, and when it all began with the Three Rivers mental facility.
Wow. So I had been hearing rumors that this had happened, but I had not seen any evidence, any proof. I had not seen law enforcement or any sources to back up that claim that this had happened. And so when I saw this after my stream, I was like, wow. And you can see right here on the screen, it says, so she went into a mental facility. Yes, I don't know how that happened. I have so many questions right now.
She went into a mental facility?
Yes. I don't know how that happened. She went from the hospital straight to the Three Rivers. It obviously was her self doing it. Like they couldn't keep her there because she left on her own. I'm not really familiar with that whole story. I don't know why it's not being talked about more. I don't know if she has a mental health diagnosis besides anxiety. That's what she has told me before in the past. And she's had to, we've dealt with that. I've dealt with anxiety too. So we've dealt with that kind of together. She's so uplifting and so positive, and there is no way, I don't know who did this. The Duke's investigator really saddened me on live when he said that no one in the family had any worries of anything happening in the marriage. No friends or family he'd spoken to. What friends or family?
Whoa. Did y'all catch that? She's not wrong because we played that. Remember? So now I'm beginning to think, was this really a 51-50 situation? I agree, Lindsay. I'm right on the same track as you. I'm going to rewind that because that is so important, what she just said. And I need to take it back because I want to make sure you guys hear it.
Positive, and there is no way, I don't know who did this. The Duke's investigator really saddened me on live when he said that no one in the family had any worries of anything happening in the marriage. No friends or family he'd spoken to. What friends or family? I don't even know if her family's been contacted.
Oh. Wow. Well, we know that oh my gosh. This is wild, y'all. I hope you brought your tinfoil hats and your seat belts because we're going to need them.
I know they're reached out to. I don't know if they're here yet. His family? Who hired you? His family? Him? You didn't talk to me about anything. He didn't ask me if there was problems in the marriage. I said, I called him because it was.
Oh, and she called him and he didn't even interview her. Oh, Lord have mercy. What in the Sam Hill? Yeah, we have not heard. We have not heard from her family. I haven't seen anything. This is concerning.
Worrisome. And I was like, you're on live television. He said, ma'am, he got upset with me because I was upset that he didn't talk to me. There was problems with that marriage.
Boom. Right here. That was the red flags, y'all, are going up on the moon as we speak. Let me get the red flags up. I said, I don't know. The police are saying he's not a suspect. But then when I hear a conversation like this from the friend, and she's telling me that she's scared for her life, these were Elena's words, what's really going on? It's a fair question, is all I'm saying. Michelle, let me get back over here so I can get your comment up there. Lindsay said because he knows that her friend has something of importance to say. Don't disagree. Her husband, Michelle says, didn't want to be identified. Why? He was a deputy there for 14 years. Seems like he would have wanted to go public there to get the community to help. Bing, 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 bing. I agree. Yes. Some things that might not put the husband in such a good light. So true. So true. Do you see why I had concerns? And I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to have to listen to a little bit of this. So again, shout out to Brian ENTIN for getting this information. this is so important for us to understand. And I just appreciate you guys all being here to listen to this with me.
They were separating. I know Brandon told you
Oh,
that.
whoa. Okay, I totally forgot about that part. Y'all, they were separating. Let me take it back. What? I'm sorry. They were separating? But there was no problems in the marriage. If that was true, why would they be separating? I need somebody to give me some emojis in the chat if you following if you're picking up what I'm putting down here, because this is crazy. Lord. All right, I'm going to take it back just a little bit, and we're going to play this part again.
His family? Who hired you? His family? Him? You didn't talk to me about anything. He didn't ask me if there was problems in the marriage. I said, I called him because it was worrisome. And I was like, you're on live television. He said, ma'am, he got upset with me because I was upset that he didn't talk to me. There was problems with that marriage. They were separating. I know Brandon told you that. So are you trying to say he didn't? Ma'am, this is for Lexington County to, have control over now. She's been deceased. She's been found deceased. I said, but you were saying these things while she was still alive.
True.
Yeah. When you saw her last, was it May 31st? Is that right?
That's correct.
Did she, because in that doorbell video, it's like she looks confused. Like, I was wondering, do you think she might have been having some kind of mental break or something? Like, some kind of.
I heard too, just like I'm saying, everything's flying around because we're not getting like answers it's like crickets from the police and investigators, which I know.
Thank God they brought SLED in for the death investigation. And I know a couple of officers that work at SLED, and I just hope to God that they are going to investigate the husband and anyone that was close with her. Any contacts, they need to contact people that she worked with at her gym, people that she worked out with, if she went to Planet Fitness, any of her clients. They need to do it all. They need to vet everybody. Lindsay said someone with his connections and didn't reach out to anyone. What in the actual F? Exactly. Y'all see, this is why I had red flags back on Thursday, but I didn't really want to get into it because I needed to do more investigation. And then when I found out Brian Entin had this interview, it knocked my socks off. And that's why we're watching this here. If you're not subbed up to Brian Entin, make sure that you grab up the link from the mods. All credit to Brian Entin on this video. YouTube, I know you hear me giving Brian Entin full credit for this video. This is not my video. This is Brian Entin's work, and we appreciate him allowing us to share this with our subscribers as we have discussed this case. Let's go.
That takes some time, but she's dead. And I feel like that was concerning to me, very concerning the way she looked, but she looked scared. I know what my friend looks like when she's nervous and we're out and he calls her and he's like made her, there's no one that she talks to.
Hold on a minute. Did you just hear that? When he calls her as in her husband? Hold on. So he's calling her? What's he doing? Checking up on her? Let's play that one more time.
She looks confused. Like, I was wondering, do you think she might have been having some kind of mental break or something? Like, some kind of.
I heard too, just like I'm saying, everything's flying around because we're not getting like answers it's like crickets from the police and investigators, which I know. that takes some time, but she's dead. And I feel like that was concerning to me, very concerning the way she looked, but she looked scared. I know what my friend looks like when she's nervous and we're out and he calls her.
What she looks like when she's nervous and when we're out and he calls her.
And he's like made her, there's no one that she talks to male wise at all. Like their neighbors, are Brandon's friends. Mostly the family don't really speak with Elena a lot, Brandon's family. It's really just Brandon and Elena, and he made sure that she always knew that all you have is me.
What is Elena like before all this? Like she seems like a wonderful person.
She's so positive. She is so
Lindsay, that's what I've been saying. Micah Miller. I mean, I can't help it. Like, that's another case local to me. I went to her vigil and JLR was there. And Michelle knows I tried to stay away from him. Him in them red shorts. Yeah, we were at her vigil on the beach. And I'm telling you, when I started walking back through the story, I would just think about all these details. And I'm thinking, what if she was like that? Because, I have all kinds of questions. Oh, yeah, Michelle, that part. Narcissists separate you from your friends and family. Yes. Yes. It's not good, y'all. Let's take it back just a minute.
the family don't really speak with Elena a lot, Brandon's family. It's really just Brandon and Elena, and he made sure that she always knew that.
So he isolated her. I don't like to speculate, but I'm just letting you know, in my opinion, I don't have good feeling about it. I like to think that law enforcement in a lot of these cases, when they don't name anybody, I think they should name that so-and-so's not a suspect. It's too early for you to say so-and-so, the husband, is not a suspect. It's too early. You're only a week into not even finding her. How do you know he's not a suspect? Why? Because he's former law enforcement? That automatically makes you not a suspect? Apparently, Lexington hasn't been to Horry County and seen all the problems we're having with HCPD and the officers and the lengths they'll go to protect their citizen friends, aka, you know who I'm talking about. So would it shock me if I knew that there was another law enforcement officer in another county in South Carolina with the Good Old Boys Club up to some, yeah. No shock from me. You can't hide behind the badge if you're out here doing this. And that's why if he didn't have anything to hide, then Brandon should just come forward and say, do your investigation. I'll give you DNA. I'll do whatever you need me to do. I'm happy to cooperate. You can look into me. Here's my phone. Here's my email. Here's everything. I have nothing to hide. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that Brandon's going to do that. I don't expect to see any ones because y'all know that ain't going to happen, right? All right, let's play this.
All you have is me.
All you have.
What is Elena like before all this? Like she seems like a wonderful person.
She's so positive. She is so uplifting. Like her head is on her shoulders. Like she is. I'm a little older than Elena, and she is someone I look up to. She had kind of hard childhood. She conquered so much on her own, and like I say, her clients would tell you the same. She worked hard. Most of her pictures Brandon took. I think he was proud of her too, her body, her career. But she did get a job at CVS to try to obtain insurance, to have health insurance, because she started having some health issues with her heart. And so
And you know what? We never heard anything about Elena having issues with her heart. Why was that not put out in her missing persons report? Because if somebody has medical issues, especially with their heart, that could make them endangered, not having their heart medication and things like that. And you mean to tell me that her husband didn't bother telling the police that Elena had heart issues? I have heart issues. That would be one of the first things my husband would tell law enforcement. Hey, my wife has these issues. My husband is going to do that. He's going to say, hey, my wife requires medication for these medical issues because I also have medicine for seizures. That's two very important situations. Like, what? The math is not mathing for me at all. So she got her a job at CVS so she could get insurance, because now she's young. She's 39 years old and she's got heart issues. I can't say much. I found out when I was 40, I had a mitral valve leak, and I inherited that from my father, who inherited it from his family. It's a genetic thing you can't help. We don't know what the issue was, but I'm sure she may be on medication for that. These things are so important. Why would her husband, who is law enforcement, he knows that it's important, but he didn't talk about it. He didn't bother to tell law enforcement. I can't make it make sense. Hey, Elizabeth L. Darling. I know. It's okay. Listen, you take care of what you got to do, and listen if you can. I love you. You be careful.
And so that was concerning for me when she was missing. Talking about mental health, but why aren't we talking about her heart condition?
Amen.
We know that she has that. I know that she's been on a heart monitor. Brandon knows that. Like,
you see what I'm talking about? This video is so important.
Did she have her medicine for that? Was she put on a medication from the facility? There's a lot of questions that's not answered. And I just feel like, is my friend's body just sitting there alone still? Like, I don't know why she left CVS. We never got to talk about that. I don't know if it was personal.
So she left CVS. So she left her job. She left her job at CVS, and it was personal reasons. Interesting.
I don't know why she left CVS. We never got to talk about that. I don't know if it was personal reasons, and those were it, because there was interference. She couldn't really do her job right when she was always stressed out and crying.
She's always stressed out and crying. I wonder why that was happening.
There's a lot of that when she worked there. She tried to keep it together, inside, but like she would break down on breaks and stuff like that to me.
So their marriage was.
I know that there's been problems for years, kind of, but there has been good times. So that makes me wonder too, what the heck is going on here? But like I say, my friend is she was not on, she's not a druggie or a drunk. Those things hurt me.
I think it's important to know. Aunt Maddie, thank you so much for joining the Dutch Bus Fare Card. We're so glad to have you. Thank you so much.
Dutch is back once again with a mission inside, exposing the darkness and shining a light. Keep your head on a swivel, ain't no need to freak. All you people know what's up with the 843.
Thank you, Aunt Maddie. I appreciate you so much. Glad you're here. Y'all hang on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, that was my mom. I apologize. I'm glad to see you too, Aunt Maddie. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let's get back over here.
She's very classy, very sophisticated. So like, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. This must be so hard.
I can't believe someone could hurt her, but she's also strong and she could probably kick somebody's butt that tried to come after her if it was a stranger. Elena exercised a lot. She didn't go walking at nighttime alone. She's very aware of her surroundings. That's one thing I'll say too. She's very, she's observing, and she's not going to take any crap. She's going to tell you the truth, and that's her. That's her. She's a go-getter. She's gonna make you get it too. And if you're ever having a bad day, she's gonna tell you you're worthy. You know, she's that person. She's uplifting, and she's got me through some really tough times. When my son was sick and stuff, and just good morning, beautiful. I'm listening to some of her voice messages she just sent me out of the blue.
Wow. She sounds like she was a good person.
Elena had loved her life.
So she was always there for you.
What was that?
She was always there for you, it sounds like.
Always there for me. There's no way I can't advocate for this person.
That's a good friend.
And it's just the questions and then the lies, and then I don't know what to believe is true or not. But you know, like I say, I gotta take up for her, and I've gotta present the positive things and who she was, because that's facts.
If you guys want to watch the rest of this video, Earthy dropped the link in chat, that you can go pick up that link and watch the rest of that video over on Brian Entin's channel. There is the link to Brian's channel and also a link to the stream. Earthy is always on point with all of her links and things that she drops. Thank you so much, OG Earthy. I appreciate you so much. This video, like I said, this really, that really did it for me. That was like a sign, seal, deliver situation. So y'all go over there and give Brian the view on this video. Now I thought this other video, and you guys can go over there and check it out too. Elena Moore's husband, in quotes, not doing well because he planned on spending the rest of his life with her, according to a friend. But I thought that was pretty interesting because according to Sandra, she just told us that they were getting separated. Did you guys remember hearing that in the previous video with Elena Moore's friend Sandra? She distinctly said that they were going to be separating. That is crazy to me.
It's toxicology involved.
So I want to go over here and just let me turn on the captions here. He's just talking right here about the autopsy. You know, them finding her in those clothes. All right, let's take a little clip of this. This one, again, is called Elena Moore's husband not doing well. This has 111,000 views and was 23 hours ago. 2,763 comments, 10,000 thumbs up. That's amazing. If Earthy, if you're able to go snag that link for this one and share it in the chat, I would appreciate you so very much. I just want to play a few little sections of this. But this is the private investigator that we believe was hired by the husband. Maybe he's the husband's friend. I don't know. But this is the guy that got angry with the friend because he was saying, oh, there's no problems in the marriage, blah, blah, blah. And the friend was like, that's not true. And apparently he did not want the friend saying anything, which I find to be extremely interesting. So let's take it from here. We are at the 10-minute 22 mark in this video.
I try to stay with facts. The facts that I'm stating this off of is the facts, the same thing that we saw off of that video, and also, you know, other things that I've observed. But that would be accurate in my belief based off of the facts that I have seen. Did I go out there? Have I looked over? No, I haven't. But I think that it's right over the side of the little overpass / bridge.
At the 14-Mile Creek Bridge. That's what he's talking about, because there was a drop-off right there, and she was right under that overpass.
Do you have any idea, just from knowing the area, like how high up that, because it's hard to tell in the video. Is it high up that if she fell, or, I mean, do you know?
Without going out there and dropping a tape measure, I understand that it's, I think, between 8 and 12 feet.
Okay. Okay. And how far is that from the Publix?
Oh, whew. I would say quarter mile at the most,
Okay.
10-minute walk.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you want me to, I can give you a little better understanding. When she saw at that Publix walking, if you went from right there and walked down, you're talking about 10 to 15 minutes at the most. And that's even if you were stopped to tie your shoe.
Okay. So
Listen to him, expert. Hello, Justice Jane. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. We're just recapping a few things about Elena Moore, since the coroner did confirm that the body was hers and it's been sent to MUSC for autopsy. And we're hoping those results will be back on Monday. But some things are, got a lot of red flags here. So just trying to, now, oh, here we go. Let's see. This is the part I want to get to right here. All right, here we go.
Talking about it, like kind of trying to figure it out, but at the same time, it is so sad, you know. Are you working for her husband? I mean, is that who retained you?
I am working for family and friends.
Now, we know he's not working for Sandra, which was Elena's friend, because she claims that Elena and Brandon were separating and that she didn't realize that Elena had any mental health issues, although she did note that she had anxiety. But she also said that Elena told her she was in fear for her life. She was scared and that she needed to talk to Sandra. They needed to have a one-on-one because things were crazy, and that she knew that their relationship had not been good, talking about between Elena and Brandon, her husband, that there were times that were causing her a lot of stress, and even spoke to the fact that there were times when her husband would call her and you could see that Elena would get very nervous. So these are all things that have caught my attention. And I think it's very interesting that this man did not want to talk to Sandra because Sandra what her story is as Elena's friend obviously did not coincide with what the husband's story is. And this guy became angry at her friend because the story that she had to share was not one that made the husband look in a good light. So, and here he says he's working for family and friends, but according to Sandra, Elena was isolated from her family and friends because of her husband. So exactly who are the family and friends? Because apparently it was just Elena and Brandon. There was nobody else. So I find that an interesting statement from said private investigator. Let's continue.
Her husband, I mean, is that who retained you?
I am working for family and friends.
Okay, family and friends.
And
But
then also, I mean, I'll go ahead and say it. I know Elena. I know her husband.
Sir, we already knew that. Okay. I pegged you from the A1 day one when I did this video and I saw your little pop-up video. I knew instantly when I found out that Brandon Slice was a private investigator. I knew that you knew exactly who he was. So let's not be mistaken with that, sir. You know, some of us that are in the true crime community, we actually, know what we're doing. Okay, thank you.
I've known him for years. Me and her husband worked together in law enforcement.
See? Ask me how I know. You know why? Because, well, I did research. And it turns out when I looked at Brandon Slice, this guy right here came up. That's how I put it all together. But I didn't have to say that in my video because I didn't think it was necessary at that point. But today it is necessary. I did verify that information. And yes, it is true. So Aunt Maddie said, what? Info? Get all pertinent info. Yikes, this guy sounds dicey for sure. I got it. I have just been continuing to watch what's playing out here because are we fixing to start a narrative? Is that what we're doing? I got questions. Y'all better get your notepads and your pens out and make sure your tinfoil hats are strapped on tight because I don't know where the bus is taking us today.
Okay. He spent a career in law enforcement. Then he became a private investigator. I'm a private investigator. Of course, as soon as I knew about this, the phone call was made.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the day, the statement has been made by family and friends, because this is what I did my career.
What family and friends? You mean Brandon? Because I haven't seen anybody else making a statement about you except for Sandra, because that was Elena's friend, and apparently you were rude to her. It's been noted in my notes, sir. Okay? And also, in light of my note, you must first fuck around, and number two, in order to find out. It's logical being secret. I'm a terrible person. What a day. I'm a meanie. Bye, bitch. And that's what I have to say to this private investigator. It was necessary. I had to do it. I apologize in advance. But this man makes me literally want to scream to the top of my lungs. Red flag, red flag. No.
Was investigate and also find people that didn't want to be found. So, you know, family and the friends have made the statement that if there was anybody they wanted to be out there doing this, that was me.
Again, sir, who are the family and friends? Because apparently Elena didn't have anybody. And the friend that was advocating for her, you did not want to speak to. So you're just saying Brandon. Because you really should be more specific. You're being very obscure about what you're telling us. You said you're just all about the facts, but you're not really giving us the facts. You're just blowing smoke right now.
Okay.
Yeah. And you've been very helpful to us too. So, you know, helping us understand kind of what's going on and with your law enforcement experience. So thank you for that.
Let me say one more thing.
Sure.
Is the key thing also, that was my job was not to investigate. That was law enforcement's job. My job was to assist in any fashion I could to try to locate Miss Moore. The other part of my, you know, responsibility now, in a sense, is kind of defunking some of this false narrative that's being thrown out there because of people that don't know the facts.
Oh, you mean like that the husband and Elena did have marital issues? You mean like that they were getting separated? How about when I looked up all of the properties and it says that he's listed as an unmarried man? Yeah, that was interesting too. But I digress. Let's get back to it.
So, you know, that's just kind of, you know, where it's at this point right now. You know, you have a family that's grieving.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, and you know, all this, they've said that there's no, or at least at one point there was no foul play suspected, that her husband is not a person of interest, police have said. So what is her husband like? I mean, you mentioned that you guys work together. How would you describe him?
He's a great individual. I mean, I can't say anything bad about him.
Okay. We're all going to just get on our tinfoil hats, because I wish we had a waiter emoji. Let me get our seatbelt. Let's get our seatbelts on. What the hell? Oh, yeah, I can't say anything bad about him. He's a great individual because we used to work together, and, you know, we are going to have each other's back, you know, kind of like Brandon Strickland and Weldon Boyd. You know, we're going to have each other's back and get ourselves caught up in whatever. Yeah. Okay. Tell us more. Tell us more. Let us continue. Okay, Earthy baby. This is crazy, y'all.
So what is her husband like? I mean, you mentioned that you guys work together. How would you describe him?
He's a great individual. I mean, I can't say anything bad about him. Okay. Every time that we worked on something together, and even after me retiring, him starting his private investigation business and me being a private investigator, we've not only worked together, but we have also helped each other. Okay. So, I mean, and that's the reason I say it the way it is. And, I'm sure there's somebody going to come back and say, oh, it's a conflict for me to be involved in it. No, it's not a conflict, because I know the family. I know the individuals. That is a great help to be able to assist in any information or assistance that law enforcement.
Okay, let me stop you there, Jim Bob. If you don't know that there is any issues happening in the marriage, then are you really doing any justice to this case? Because if you're a private investigator, your spidey senses is a little off, because you would still be wanting to assess everything to make sure you had all of your facts straight. OU812, I mean, I agree. Why is he interviewed when he has nothing to say to help? All he's doing is boosting Brandon Slice's ego right here. Ava, thank you for the gold coin, love. I appreciate you supporting the Dutch bus. Good to see you.
Happen to need.
How is he doing?
I mean, he's not doing good at all. I mean, he's grieving. Him and Miss Moore have been together, and it, the reason I call her Miss.
Wait, they've been together. Do you know how long they've been together? You didn't. And you don't. Because if you did, you could have specifically said how long they've been together. You should actually learn said facts before you come on an interview and you're asked questions and then you don't know the facts. Michelle said, he told the truth. He said they help each other. You damn Skippy. Michelle, we've covered cases. This same scenario has happened.
More is not because that's just my professional side. Okay. They have been together for a number of years. Okay. They built a life together. They got married. He's grieving.
Y'all, I can't even take him serious at this moment, because he is literally ad-libbing that he knows anything about their life. And this is a travesty. And this is probably why the friend was so upset, because she heard this and was like, what the hell? Well, we don't know how long they were separated, because I didn't even know they were separated until the friend let the cat out of the bag that they were getting separated. But I thought it was interesting when I looked up some information about the husband, and I saw that he owned some properties. And when I looked at those, something that was very interesting on those documents that stood out to me, and I don't know if I have them here on my phone. I'm sure I do. But there was a couple of addresses that they had lived at for about 4 years in duration at one of those houses. But the interesting part about the house, the properties, is that the ownership relation type says unmarried man. And I thought that was weird. I don't think I've ever seen anything say that before. And it's on both properties. I don't know. Put a 1 in the chat if you think if you've seen something like that before, because I haven't. But it did stand out to me. And that was long before I knew anything about the friend speaking out or anything. I just keep a little punch list of things that I have questions about. Michelle said he is grieving so much that he wanted to not be identified instead of going to media and plead for her return. Michelle, say it louder for the ones in the back. But he is grieving, y'all. I don't know. I just hope that SLED does a full investigation so we can get the real deal answers, because I got questions. I got questions. I hope he didn't have anything to do with it, but this is not looking promising for me, and I'm going to keep my head on a swivel at this point.
She was 39 years old. Am I correct on that when I said, was it
Yeah,
39?
39, yes, sir.
39.
Hold on a second. You don't even know how old she is, but you over here telling people that you know all about their lives and everything was good and the husband's innocent, and you don't even know how old she is?
He planned on spending the rest of his life with this woman. Okay? The woman that he loved. And, you know, I joke with him all the time that I don't know what she saw in him. It was a joke. But again, Brandon is grieving. Okay? The loss of his wife at this point in his life. I'm 65 years old. I mean, granted, you know, we could all leave this world at any time when the good Lord decides, but what we have to look at is normally we don't have to bury our children bury us. That's always where it's worse. He's got to figure out what he's going to do tomorrow, but he has to do that.
She is not his child. She is his wife. So your analogy right there is moot. What is he even talking about? He doesn't know anything. He just, okay. This is why I get fed up. Sir. What?
One day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. He's got to figure out how he's going to pick himself up and pick his life up and continue.
I'm going to wait for y'all to put a comment in the chat after that. He is just waiting to pick himself up, y'all, and get on with his life. I will be looking for your comments because I am not going to play the rest of this because I'm probably going to get even madder. If you want to go see the video, please go over there to see Brian ENTIN. All credit for these videos that I played is from Brian ENTIN. My word, y'all. He's about to run my pressure up. He's about to run my pressure up. I can't even. Something's fucky, y'all. I'm going to make that t-shirt so I can put it on my merch line. Something's fucky. I'm telling you. What the hell? I cannot even. Aunt Maddie said, right, Dutchie, circles is what he's talking in. I agree. I agree, Aunt Maddie. What the hell? I don't even know. OU812 says, figure out how to get out of it. This case, yeah. That's what it sounds like to me. Michelle says, no one is thinking about getting on with their life at this point unless nobody hired Nobody, that was not SF. I don't even know who that guy is. I called him Jim Bob. They probably need to hire SF because he could definitely do much better investigation. Yeah, all the information he knew was from the news, like it's surface level. I think we probably know more about her than he does at this point. He only knows what the husband wants him to know. Exactly, OU812, right there. OU812's been with me for a while too. Good old boys standing up for each other because no one believes it. Yeah, now he's the victim. Lord, you cannot make this up. And this is what brings me to the next topic that we're going to talk about because we're still waiting on that death investigation to take place, and we're still waiting on the autopsy from MUSC on Elena Moore. And hopefully those results will be back on Monday. And I'll bring you guys the update as soon as we know something about that. I I just thought it was very important that you know that there's a couple of these videos circulating out there, and they both have differing information. And I'm inclined to believe her friend. I don't think her friend has a reason to lie. She seemed very authentic in what she was saying. And obviously, Elena was a very good friend to her. And I don't think she has any reason to lie. In fact, she went to that private investigator, this man that was just speaking, to express how she was very disturbed, how he was talking about her friend and this case, and not realizing that he didn't have all the facts, and apparently he was very rude to her. So it's definitely a wait and see. This case has got me on the edge of my seat, because if something nefarious did something to her, if something nefarious happened to her that caused her death, she deserves justice. And that's what I want to see in the end, because we have a lot of cases like this and law enforcement just ignores them, So that's why we are going to talk about this next case. And this next case is a case that is local to me, and her name is Cyrena Anderson. And you guys may have seen the flyer that I made for her. It is on my community post. She is missing from the Carolina Forest area of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, here in Horry County. That is about 20 minutes southwest. And you can see here, this is a timeline of events that I have put up right here for Find Cyrena Fawn Anderson. Missing person timeline of key events and info. This is Cyrena, a picture of her, and this is a picture of her husband right here. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that case, because I do want you guys to share this out. Here is a flyer that I actually made for Cyrena. And it has been, y'all, more than a month since Cyrena Anderson last made contact with her family and friends. And they are asking the community for help, as law enforcement in Horry County and in North Carolina, up in Brunswick County, which is just 3 miles north of me, continue to search for her. Now, Cyrena Anderson last spoke to her sister on May the 12th, and her friend, Layla Rule, told WMBF News that neighbors last saw Cyrena on May the 13th. Now, if we go back over and look at this timeline that I made, you can see here I've got the May 12th, last family contact, May 13th. The neighbor heard 2 screams. That was the last time that they had heard or seen anything from Cyrena. Hang on, let me go over here to the chat. OU812 says she was from Russia, wasn't she? That I don't have any information. When I looked her up, I did not see any information that said that. So if you guys have any information that, or receipts that proves that, just let me know. That would be great. Welcome in, Islanders. I just see Nonsense on the web, and their viewers are joining the chat. So if you guys are coming over from the island, we appreciate you joining us. And thank you, Becky, for sending people over. I appreciate you guys. Welcome in, Islanders. Welcome in. Hey, Peekaboo. Hey, T. Marie. Welcome, everybody. We're just talking about Cyrena Fawn Anderson's missing case. We just finished up with Elena Moore. You guys can rewind and catch it from the beginning, or you guys can just stay with me right here and catch the beginning later. I appreciate y'all coming over to join me. Hey, Crispy Treat. Hey, Terry Ann. Hey, Lindsay Hendricks. Appreciate y'all coming over to support. Now, this timeline that we have for Cyrena Anderson, her husband is actually now considered a suspect in her disappearance, and she is missing just 20 minutes south of me in a neighborhood in Carolina Forest. Her last contact was on May the 12th with family. May 13th, the neighbor heard 2 screams. Later that day, on May 13th, her husband, Osborne, told investigators that Cyrena had left their home early in the morning after gathering her things. On May the 14th, she missed work. On May the 15th, police believed that Osborne went through the Supply and Bolton communities along Highway 211, and that is in North Carolina. And I'm going to pull up the Google Maps, and we're going to take a look at the distance and all of these locations. And on May 19th, she was reported missing by her sister. Now, as of May 25th, Osborne was arrested, and he's been in jail in New Hanover County, Wilmington, North Carolina, since he was arrested. Now, according to the Horry County Police Department, Cyrena was reportedly last seen with her husband, Danny Osborne, and the Horry County PD came out and reported that they had found evidence that Danny Osborne's statements claiming that Cyrena left her home was untrue. Now, like I said, Danny is currently in custody in Wilmington, North Carolina for failure to appear and protective order violations, which HCPD has called unrelated to Anderson's disappearance. Those protective order violations, there's 6 domestic violence protective order violations that he violated. How they're not connected to her, I can't speak for that. This is only what Horry County PD is putting out. But according to Cyrena's friend, Layla Rule, she said each day without Cyrena Anderson becomes more concerning. She said that Cyrena is smart, she is lighthearted, she is friendly, she's outgoing and caring, and she said, I really miss her. Now, Layla also told the news station that authorities are continuing these searches, including Anderson's second home in Minnesota. For all of my people from Minnesota, she has a second home there, and they are searching that property. And also, they are searching all of the swamplands in North Carolina. And you can see that here on my flyer under search areas and request May 13th through the 15th. And the spokesperson for HCPD did confirm that the agency is conducting searches in both states. There has been footage of his truck near the Green Swamps area in North Carolina, which is part of Brunswick County. And that is where detectives have been flying drones. Danny Osborne drives a red Ford F-150, and the authorities do believe that he traveled through Supply and Bolton communities in those days surrounding Cyrena's disappearance. Now, the detectives have been capturing footage from those specific dates, May 13th, 14th, and 15th. So it's important for anybody who may have seen Danny doing anything suspicious like dumping clothing, getting rid of electronics, to call law enforcement with a tip. So, and according to Layla Rule, Anderson's friend, her phone has not been located yet. So, and Layla also told the news outlet that when she spoke to Cyrena's neighbors to spread the word, that is when they reported an alarming event up from May 13th, which you see here on this timeline. And a neighbor that's maybe within like 100 feet of Cyrena's house, because in Carolina Forest, there are a lot of neighborhoods and those houses are pretty close together. And she said she heard 2 screams, not one, but 2 blood-curdling screams come out of their house on May 13th. And that was reported to law enforcement. Now, as this investigation continues, Layla, who is Cyrena's friend, and Cyrena's family are asking the Horry County community and the Brunswick County community to think back to May 13th through the 15th to see if you guys can remember seeing Cyrena Anderson, seeing Danny Osborne, seeing his truck, and to review any of your personal security videos if you're in any of these search area and request areas. Please try to jog your memory. Please try to scan your camera footage. If you have recording equipment on the front of your car or on the back of your car, if you have recording equipment in your neighborhood, neighborhoods like Clay Pond, Fountain Point, anything that you may be able to pull from May 13th, 14th, and 15th. The police and the families just really want to see Cyrena recovered, however that can happen, whatever that looks like. That is the family's request. They are beginning to lose hope, but they do believe that this community can come together to help locate her. So if you have any of that information, if you've seen Cyrena, if you saw Danny Osborne on any of those days or this vehicle and any of those areas in Horry County traveling up north to cross the state line into Brunswick County, which by the way goes right past my house. Trust me, we have looked at all of our cam footage that's in our backyard because you never know when somebody might be coming up through back neighborhoods. We have checked our videos just to be sure. If you have any of that regarding Cyrena Anderson or Danny Osborne, or if you suspect that you have relevant security videos but you can't access them, call the HCPD tip line at 843-915-8477. And you can see that is here on this timeline flyer that I made. I felt like this would be the best thing to put out. I did make a short and uploaded it. This is also on TikTok. So I thought this might be something that could be easily shared. Here's those search areas, which we have Fountain Point Lane. That's South Carolina. Clay Pond Road. That's right off of 501. Forest Brook Community. That's right off of 501 in Carolina Forest. And then, of course, Green Swamps, North Carolina. That's up in Brunswick County off of Highway 211. Then we have the Brunswick County Supply and Bolton communities. And that is also going up towards Highway 211 and also right by Highway 17 going north through Leland to Wilmington. So if you see something, say something. Locals, we need your help. And again, here is her missing flyer. If you see this on any of your, let me take my banner down so you can see the top of this. This has Cyrena Fawn Anderson, 48 years old. She is a white female. She is 5 feet 3 inches tall, 165 pounds with blonde hair and brown eyes. Let me get over here real quick. The Horry County Police Department is seeking information regarding the disappearance of Cyrena Anderson. This is what is on her flyer. Miss Anderson was reported missing on May 19th by her sister, who last spoke with her on May the 12th of 2026. Miss Anderson failed to report to work on May 14th and was reportedly last seen with her husband, Danny L. Osborne, at their residence in Forest Brook area of Myrtle Beach, Horry County, South Carolina. Mr. Osborne told investigators that Miss Anderson gathered her belongings and left their residence during the early morning hours of May 13th. the day that the neighbors heard 2 blood-curdling screams, and later law enforcement found out that this information and evidence was not factual. Mr. Osborne is currently in custody with Wilmington Police Department for violating 6 domestic violence protective orders and failure to appear. Osborne drives that red Ford F-150 pickup that you can see here in this photo and is known to frequent Brunswick and New Hanover County in North Carolina. And investigators do believe that Danny Osborne traveled through Supply and Bolton communities along Highway 211 on May the 15th. And of course, that date has now been expanded to the 13th to the 15th. And again, there is the phone number at the bottom. Anyone with information related to this investigation is asked to contact the tip line in Horry County, which is 843-915-8477. Does anybody have any questions? And one of my friends made this. She is also goes by Justice for Micah on Facebook and on YouTube. And it has the tip line here on the bottom. Crispy, it did not have any information about her vehicle at all. Apparently, that is not part of the case at all. So they have not mentioned her vehicle, so I'm assuming that her vehicle was not missing. They do believe that it's very possible that she was transported in his truck, which is why they are seeking information about who may have that truck on their video. Yeah, that would be very interesting. I'm sure law enforcement has taken his phone now that he's in jail in Wilmington, and hopefully they're getting forensic evidence, because forensic evidence is so very important in these cases. Michelle said, no one should know she is missing or report it before the spouse does. Well, I mean, that did happen in Elena Moore's case, but that's even looking suspicious at this point. So, yeah, hey, Pink Stripe, it's good to see you. Yeah, I have to agree. Very suspicious that he didn't report her. But, it's like, look over here, but not over here, because you don't want to put the eye out on you. So, hey, you two bad actors, I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys coming over and just listen to a few of these cases, because this is what's really important. This is the focus of what I do here, is keeping out the facts, because we have missing people. I can't get involved in all this back and forth with other people, because I have work that I've got to do here in my community. And that's, keeping these cases in the forefront, because these people are still actively missing. We're still waiting on that autopsy report for Elena Moore. We need to figure out exactly what happened to her. There are so many cases out here right now that I don't feel like are being taken as serious. Elena Moore, that it is going viral. But what about Cyrena Fawn Anderson? She's 48 years old. And her husband is a suspect in her disappearance. I don't see anybody else talking about this case. There's a few people that are sharing things on Facebook. And let me just say that I really want to give a shout out to Veronica Jokestar. She's been putting out a lot of great information. Justice for Micah has been sharing a lot of information, because coercive control, that's something that we're trying to get past here in South Carolina. And I'm always going to advocate in my community to help bring these people home, to help bring awareness for victims of domestic violence, victims of crime, victims of corruption. That's what we use our voices for. Now, we're not going to go out with our bullhorns and stand on private property and act like an idiot. Okay? You guys know that that is not me. Okay? Don't put me in the category with those crazy people. Not the same. Not the same. We're actually trying to do good work over here. And like I said, this lady lives 20 minutes south of me. Something happened to her, guys. Now, I want you guys to take a look at this last video that was done. Let me take this down off the screen because I want you guys, and for all of you guys that's coming in, you probably didn't see me earlier, but hey, y'all, hey. I did have my camera on earlier, but, you know, I start making all the faces, and then y'all don't want to see that because then it gets crazy. But so anyway, so we're going back to this. Let me get over here. I want to share this stream with you guys so we can take a look at this statement right here. This is a video. Horry County woman missing for over a month. The family seeks community help. And we're probably going to get an ad. Yeah, just as I thought. So we can skip it in about 13 seconds. So let this play through. Oh, thank you, Crispy Tree. Well, my hair's turning gray. If you want me to be honest, that's what's really happening to my hair. I haven't colored my hair and I don't know when. All right, let's skip it and we'll get to it.
Friends are not only searching for Cyrena and an Horry County woman at her Forest Brook home. Now, family and friends are not only searching for Cyrena Anderson, but also answers. Our Sunny Ryan spoke with one of Anderson's friends today to hear the latest in the search for her. She joins us live now to tell us more.
Nicole, I am at the last known sighting of Cyrena Anderson, her home here in Forest Brook, where neighbors report that they saw her for the last time on May 13th. Now the investigation into her disappearance has turned criminal, and a close friend says she's beginning to lose hope, but she's urging all of you to check your cameras and look back through your memory, see if you remember crucial evidence from May 13th, 14th, or 15th.
Is smart. She's lighthearted, friendly, soft, warm, outgoing, caring. Yeah, I miss her.
Cyrena Anderson's missing persons case was opened 27 days ago. Anderson's friend Layla Rule tells me since then, each day without Anderson is horrific.
All of her stuff is missing. She was smart. She's savvy. She's, you know, she took good care of herself. She was healthy. So there'd be no reason for her to just be off the grid.
According to the Horry County Police Department, Anderson's husband, Danny Osborne, told investigators Anderson took her things and left their home in Forest Brook the morning of May 13th. HCPD has said publicly they have reason to believe Osborne's statement is untrue.
And there he is right there in the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office mugshot right there. It's crazy. And there you heard her friend speaking plainly about it.
Osborne is currently in jail in North Carolina on unrelated charges. Authorities believe he traveled through the Supply and Bolton communities in the days surrounding Anderson's disappearance. Rule told me today when Anderson married Osborne, she began growing distant and claims Osborne forced her friend to burn her clothes.
Hold on. Forced her friends to burn her clothes. Did you guys hear that? Oh, this is why when you rewind and listen to the stuff that I covered on Elena Moore prior in this video, Brian Entin, y'all need to go check out his videos on Elena Moore, the one with the friend, Sandra. Boy, she's got a lot to say. And the little private investigator that was in law enforcement and a private investigator with Elena Moore's husband. Oh, Jim Bob is clueless. He don't know what's going on. It's unbelievable. I got red flags. They're saying the husband's not a suspect in that case, but I'm just keeping my head on a swivel because I don't trust anything. That's why I'm waiting on the death investigation. But thank goodness for Brian Entin getting that interview, because I believe the friend. I definitely believe the friend. And this is the same situation. This is another situation that reminds me of Micah Miller. I'm sorry, but Elena Moore's case gives me Micah Miller vibes. Makes me very, very unsettled. But I'm going to take it back just a minute because
When Anderson married Osborne, she began growing distant and claims Osborne forced her friend to burn her clothes and change her phone number.
wow. Forced her friends to burn her clothes. This is crazy. Yeah, he is former law enforcement, 14 years, Crispy. And now he's a private investigator. And this guy was like, well, I just want to make it clear that, yes, I do know him personally because we worked together. And I was like, listen, I already knew that. I knew that on Thursday because I had already looked into the husband and I looked into him. Because I want to know the facts. And I knew that then, that they had worked together. Because I do my own little investigation. Not everybody in true crime is a shit investigator, okay? And you know who hired him? The husband. The husband hired him, of course, because we got to run the narrative. I just don't trust it. Something's fucky. I'm telling you.
She also told me authorities are searching parts of North Carolina for Anderson.
There's been footage of his truck. So near the green swamps in North Carolina and part of Brunswick County, which I know is where the detectives have been flying drones to try to find Cyrena.
And I've told y'all that before. If you FAFO down here and they want to make you disappear, that's the first place that they're going to go for is the swamps. I have a swamp right across the street from me. I'm right on the waterway, but right behind me is a swamp in the woods right here by the bridge. We have so many swamps. When I covered Heather Elvis, I actually went down there and helped search when Heather Elvis was missing because my husband knows her mom and dad. That's one of the first things I thought was, is she in one of these swamps? So they have been flying drones out there over this area. Oh, yeah, we got alligators. Oh, we sure do, you two bad actors. We got big ones. We have swamp puppies. That's right, Michelle. Michelle knows. Michelle has seen them. Michelle's been to my house, and she knows. The swamp puppies.
And as the investigation continues almost a month later, Rule and Anderson's family are asking everyone in Horry, Brunswick, and New Hanover counties to help by checking cameras for any images of Anderson, Osborne, or his red truck.
Now, there's another image of him right there. Hey, Terry O. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hey, Autumn Renee. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing good. I appreciate Becky dropping some of the Islanders off here. I appreciate y'all hanging out and staying and listen to these very important cases. I know it's not drama, but this stuff actually matters. So I just appreciate y'all hanging out here for a bit. Please like and share. It really means a lot to get this out because we need to bring Cyrena Anderson home.
Please try to jog your memory. Please try to scan your camera footage.
Did you see that truck? Let me take it back for a second.
Scan your camera footage anytime.
Come on. I don't want you to keep playing.
Please try to jog your memory.
Notice it has a sign right here on the back of the truck with a phone number on it. Yeah, this is the truck that was caught on traffic cam right here. If you guys are in Brunswick County, if you guys are local to North and South Carolina, let me know in the chat. Because if you guys can keep an eye out and let me know if you guys know anything, hit me up.
Please try to scan your camera footage, any type of footage that you might be able to pull from May 13th, 14th, and 15th, when he loaded up his truck and headed for North Carolina. That could be critical evidence.
Now, again, the dates that the authorities and Cyrena's family are looking for are May 13th, 14th, and 15th. If you live in the Fountain Point community, along Clay Pond Road, Forest Brook Road, or along Highway 211 in North Carolina, they're urging you to check your cameras. Now, if you have footage or believe you do but can't access it, you're urged to call the Horry County Police Department tip line. Reporting live in Forest Brook, Sydney Ryan.
All right.
For procurement managers,
I just feel like that is super important for us to talk about. Because something is definitely up with that. And we definitely need to get the word out, because Cyrena's case is just as important as Elena Moore's case or any other case. And she is still actively missing. So if this is the timeline that I've put together for her, timeline of key events and information, you see we walked it all back. They talked about all of this in the video. These are the key search areas. And if you guys want me to Google map that area, I can certainly do that or we can do it after I bring you a quick update about Weldon Boyd. Before I have to open my Google Earth, but there is a couple of updates on Weldon Boyd that, oh Lord, that I want to make sure I give y'all too, because things took quite an eventful turn this week. And I do mean quite an eventful turn. Let me see if I can get over here on my YouTube, because I did share something on my YouTube and I want to share it with you guys. So as I was doing a little bit of investigation, because, you know, we've covered the Scott Spivey case, but I did share this on a post, and I made it exclusive for my members, but I'll share it here with you guys. I don't know if you guys are aware, but the judge dismissed Weldon Boyd's lawsuit against Spivey's family attorney, which is Mark Tinsley, Mark the Tiger Tinsley. Yep, that actually happened. And it kind of makes me laugh, because he's getting desperate out here. But the judge did dismiss the case against Mark Tinsley, and I know that had to burn him up. So basically what happened, this was back on June the 18th, and this article actually comes from the Sun News, where this picture is from, and I will share my screen to bring you that quick update. Let's see, this is, look at Weldon. Oh my goodness, right here, that face. That's when he was at the Stand Your Ground hearing with Judge Bubba Griffith Jr., and he got told all about himself, y'all, and his immunity was denied. And it looks like that an Horry County judge dismissed a lawsuit on Thursday that was filed by a North Myrtle Beach restaurant owner, Weldon Boyd, who was involved in a deadly road rage shooting. And he basically sued Mark Tinsley in November and accusing him of creating a false narrative about Weldon Boyd in the media outlets in order to help Mark Tinsley promote his business. And that's not what happened at all. Mark Tinsley basically just told the truth about him. So in that lawsuit, Boyd claimed that Mark Tinsley's actions prevented him from being able to obtain a fair trial, according to the complaint. And a judge heard arguments from both sides earlier this month. And the reason behind the judge's order has not been released, but Judge Alex Hyman granted Mark Tinsley's motion right here to dismiss the lawsuit after careful consideration and review, according to court documents. And I'm telling you right now, I know that had to burn his ass. But It is what it is. Now, as if it couldn't get worse, not only did that happen, let me take my banner down, but Weldon Boyd's lawyer withdrew the request for the judge's recusal in Scott Spivey's wrongful death case. Yes, you heard that right. He was going around telling people, Kenneth Moss, this guy right here, that, and listen, Boyd filed he wanted Judge Bubba Griffith Jr. to step down from this case because he claimed all kinds of lies and said that the judge was asking Bradley Williams to lie and throw Weldon under the bus. And Judge Bubba is actually an upstanding guy, and it didn't happen. So it wasn't even, 48 hours later, Weldon's lawyer said that he requested that judge recusal be removed. But guess what, guys? Guess what? It gets even better. It actually wasn't. Kenneth Moss just drew up the paperwork. It actually wasn't Moss who requested it. And I will share my screen and I'll show you the proof that it wasn't Kenneth Moss's call on that. Well, that didn't take long, because if you look at this right here, this, my friends, is a withdrawal without prejudice of motion seeking recusal of Judge Eugene C. Griffith Jr. The plaintiff is Jennifer Spivey as personal representative of the estate of Scott Ryan Spivey versus Charles Weldon Boyd and Kenneth Williams. There's your case number right here. This was electronically filed on June the 18th of 2026 with the Horry County Common Pleas, and there is the case number right here on the side. And it says, Defendant Weldon Boyd, known as Boyd, hereby withdraws without prejudice the motion seeking recusal of Judge Eugene C. Griffith Jr. that was filed on June 9th, 2026, and Boyd reserves the right to substitute this motion. Respectfully submitted, Kenneth R. Moss, South Carolina Bar, with Wright, Worley, Pope, Exeter, and Moss. Let me just clue you in. Do you see this name right here between Wright and Pope that says Worley on Sea Mountain Highway? Well, my house is right off Sea Mountain Highway. And this Worley right here, that would be one of Harold Worley's relatives, the Horry County councilman that owns a hotel, an oceanfront property. You know what else Harold Worley owns? He owns Weldon Boyd's restaurant. That's right, folks. Weldon Boyd rents Bowie's restaurant on the ocean front on Ocean Boulevard in North Myrtle Beach from Harold Worley, the Horry County seat in this area. When we talk about the good old boy system, this is what I'm talking about right here. See, the Horry County Sheriff's Office is an elected position, and they do the bidding of the citizens because that's what they're elected to do. But the Horry County Police Department is not doing the bidding of the citizens. You know why? Because they're in the position of power because of the people who sit on the Horry County Board of Commissioners. All of those seats that sit on the Horry County Board, that's who the Horry County PD does their bidding for. That's right. That's why, and we are the only county in South Carolina that still has dual departments. That's all been shut down in all other counties in the state. We are the only one that still has a dual sheriff's office and police department operating alongside each other. But that's the difference. Your sheriff's office works for you because they're elected. The police department doesn't work for you. They work for the people with the Horry County seats and do their bidding. It's about educating yourself. And who withdrew this? Weldon Boyd did. We call that the fuck around and find out. I guarantee you. Somebody told him the best thing that you can do, sir, is take down asking the judge to grant your immunity back. And because he won't do it, you're going to ask him to resign his position. He's got a lot of nerve, y'all. He's got a lot of nerve. He literally gunned down Scott Spivey and murdered him. And that trial's going to be coming up in December of 2026, and I'm going to cover it. So you guys definitely do not want to miss that one. Yeah, there's a lot of good old boys here, let me tell you. I appreciate you being here, Justice Equalizer, and I hope that you're doing well and having a fantastic weekend. And I appreciate you guys joining me here. Now, if you guys want to look at those Google Maps, we can, but I've already kept you guys here for 2 hours, and I'm sure it's a beautiful Saturday where you are. You probably want to, for me, it's about time for me to cook some dinner. I got to go pick my mom up tomorrow. She's coming to stay here for a few weeks, so I'm just trying to get everything in order. But I just wanted to break that down for you as far as what we know since Elena Moore's body has been found. The coroner has confirmed that it is her, and the autopsy is being performed at MUSC this weekend. We should have a report by Monday. And there is a death investigation being carried out by the Lexington County Sheriff's Office, and SLED, South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, is assisting in that death investigation. We're continuing to look for Cyrena Anderson, who mysteriously has disappeared after these 2 blood-curdling screams on May the 13th from her home in Forest Brook, Carolina Forest area, which is off of 501 Clay Pond Road, Forest Brook Road area of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And investigators have reason to believe that her husband, Danny Osborne, lied about Cyrena leaving her home and walking away, packing her stuff up, and that he may have transported her in his truck somewhere up near the Green Swamps, North Carolina area. So these cases are so very important, and we try to cover them with dignity and respect, but we also call out the bullshit that we see as well. Hey, Grammy H, it's so good to see you. He is a great judge. I like Judge Griffith, and he's fair. And that's one of the things we have good law enforcement officers here. Don't get me wrong. I have much respect for Philip Thompson, who works for the Horry County Sheriff's Department. He does a fantastic job. And I do know a couple of agents that work for SLED, and they are upstanding guys. It doesn't mean that everyone's bad, but there is a lot of people up to some nefarious stuff. And we have to keep shining the light on these situations, because families deserve justice. They deserve answers. They deserve to be treated fairly. And that's why in November, I will not be voting for Alan Wilson, because Alan Wilson is our Attorney General that is now running for governor. And I will not be voting for him because he tried to say that Weldon Boyd and Bradley Williams had the stand your ground right to take Scott Spivey's life. And I do not agree with that. You do not chase someone 9 miles down Highway 9 and then engage and fire over 40 times on someone and then claim to be the victim. Not in my county. I'm never going to be okay with that. And I will continue to stand up for that. That is not a stand your ground situation. You pursued that man for 9 miles. That is homicide. And right now, Mark Tinsley and Jennifer Spivey Foley we'll be continuing that civil lawsuit, which is going to be possibly around December 2026, and we're going to cover it here. I'm going to make sure to bring you all the updates. That's right, Autumn. Stand your ground doesn't involve high-speed chase. But when you know people with the police department, see, you think you've got leverage. When the guy that you rent your business from is one of the Horry County seats, you think you know some people, you can get some things done. And that's what's happened. People using their power. It's greed, power, ego. But nothing supersedes justice. And that's why we have to stand up for what's right. So I appreciate you guys joining me for this recap on a Saturday afternoon. Normally I don't go live on the weekends because hubby and I are doing stuff, but I wanted to make sure that I recapped all of this information. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for the members for being here. Aunt Maddie, thank you so much for being a new member. I really do appreciate you guys supporting the Dutch Bus over here and our mission to share awareness, talk about these cases with dignity and respect. And look, there's a lot of drama. I just want to also wrap this up by saying I've had people message me to tell me that my name's being brought up. And listen, you don't have to defend me. If you have defended me, I appreciate you so very much. There's things that I will not stand by and be okay with. And I'm a grown-ass adult, and I don't have to be okay with any of that. This is what is important to me, what I do here on this channel. And I don't like people talking about my friends the way that they are, or people that were supposed to be my friends, but they have decided to venture out and do things behind my back and support people and get involved in fuck shit that I warned them not to, and then they did it anyway. No, ma'am. No, sir. If you know, you know. You're not going to catch me getting involved in that stuff. No, because that's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is what I do on this channel. Yes, I go over and watch some drama sometimes. Usually it's just that I watch nonsense. But all this other sideline stuff, like protect your peace. It's okay to have boundaries. You're an adult. You're allowed to make a decision what is best for you. And don't let anyone shame you for not participating in the bullshit, okay? Go out there and try to be a good human being. And if you don't have anything nice to say, like sometimes it's just best to log off and go live your life. That's what I do. I can't sit around and be worried about what other people are saying. And for those that have defended me or stood up for me, you didn't have to do that. And if you did, I just want to say thank you. And that means a lot to me, and I appreciate you. But I never expect that. I can stand up for myself. And there's nothing really that I need to respond with because I haven't done anything. So right now, that's it. I just won't, I won't be a part of it. I will just be like this HOA Karen. I'll just blow my bubble and check off my violation log. Y'all just tell me on my violations. Tell me on my violations and let me know so I can make sure I keep up with them. You know, because people seem out here on this internet that they know everything about me. And, you know, in the interim, I'm just going to be over here smoking and looking at y'all like this, judging, and probably some more judging. And that is all. That's all I got for you today. So protect your peace. And if you don't see me around, and here, let me, for the people in the back, Michelle says, as your BFF and head mod, I will always stand up for you. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. because word on the street is that you're not my BFF and that you're not my head mod because somebody else was, that which was never the case. That person was not my best friend, and that person has never been an administrative mod. The only person that has anything to do with helping on my channel is you and my husband and a couple other people that is not that person and has never been that person. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really not. I'm not in the HOA. That's just my little icon. Actually, this one is more me right here. Yeah, I have. Let me find my other one. Yeah, this is more me right here. Because I always got questions, y'all. I always got questions. And, if bring the receipts, stand on the facts, and if you don't have that, then just go away. Because people can always reach out and just ask me. But for some reason, people don't want to do that. So protect yourself, protect your peace. And I appreciate you guys joining Dutch Girl Podcast. Remember, we cover crime, corruption, missing cases, cooking. I do a little AI music. Y'all, Southern charm with a curious twist. You never know what you're going to get over here. So y'all stay curious out there. And I'm going to play y'all out here with my outro. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you next week. And we'll be back with another one. Bye, y'all.
From the Appalachian pines to the Atlantic Sea, you showed up for the truth, and that means a lot to me. Crime and corruption, missing folks in the night. Dutch keeps it on your doorstep, keeps the facts in the light. She don't let it slide, she don't let it fade. Keeps you all informed with no delay. Head on a swivel in the darkest night. The truth they forget she brings to light. Thank you for joining Dutch Girl Podcast. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining Dutch Girl Podcast. Come back again. Hit the like and come back again. Hit the like and come back again. Dutch stays on her toes, bringing you the news. Shares it on her social, keeping everyone aware. She take them to church, lay their wounds bare. If the trail goes quiet, she keeps digging still. Through the smoke and the shadows, truth will surely spill. She don't let it slide, she don't let it fade. Keeps you all informed with no delay. Head on a swivel in the darkest night. The truth they forget she brings to light. Thank you for joining Dutch Girl Podcast. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining Dutch Girl Podcast. Come back again. Hit a like and come back again. Hit a like and come back again. Dutch stays on her toes, bringing you the news. So if you need the truth and you need it plain, she'll say it straight through the fire and rain. From the mountain peak to the saltwater blue, keeping all informed, she sees it through. Thank you for joining Dutch Girl Podcast. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining Dutch Girl Podcast. Come back again. Hit a like and come back again. till I can come back again. Dutch stays on her toes, bringing you the news. Hype this live, share it out. Well, you see something, say something. Dutchie out!